Good morning. Good morning, Chris. Uh, Voice ain't real good this morning. Uh, Kim, good morning. Jacob, good morning. Ants, good morning. I'm still here. Uh, we're doing okay. We're all doing okay. I still got this cough. Now my voice is changing. Good morning, Lisa. Thank you, sweetie. Um, Michelle, thank you. Deanna, good morning. Good morning, guys. Um, a lot of sick folks out there, ain't it? I've been getting messages from a lot of folks. Different ones are sick. Lisa. All right. Toya. Good morning. Cherry. I think it was Cherry. Ronnie. Good morning, Ronnie. Call me old man, Ronnie, but you know, people have to call wake you up. I'm told you got a call from Alaska to wake up. Uh, Good morning, PawPaw's people. That's right. Good morning. Uh, I, I, well, thank you, Kim. I hope I feel better than I sound. Uh, I actually don't feel that bad, but my voice is just gone to pot. I was told the other day, your voice kind of sexy, and now I've lost it. I needed it. Now I've lost it. Good Wednesday morning. Good morning, guys. Rosa, Connie, good morning, sweetie. Uh, yeah, I'm sure Ronnie, he got told off. I'm sure. Something sweet. Yeah, I'll sing if we can get the words out. We'll sing. Uh, yeah, stuff that lingers. It just, it's all right in here. And oh, well, thank you. I look dapper. I look dapper. Uh, Turn my heater down in here. It's pretty warm today. Well, it's 45 this morning, but it's going to get up to 70 today. That's going to be nice. I did not. I went to the doctor, got a flu shot about 2 weeks ago. Maybe that's part of this. I don't know. Good morning, Valerie. Suzanne, good morning. Carla, uh, good morning, Misfits. That's right. Thank y'all. Um, I think, I don't know if I sound better or not, Deborah. I don't know if I do or not. Uh, when my voice was deeper a day or two ago, they had to listen up when I talk. Now they probably ain't gonna hear a word I say. Snowing in Michigan. Woo, doggone. I'm glad I'm not there. I love snow, but I wouldn't be able to enjoy it like this here. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to enjoy the snow. Uh, Dottie, it's chilly where you from? Yeah, I think a lot of folks got some chilly weather. I think Thomas told me this morning up there in Alaska it's 5 degrees where he lives, and he's got to go hitch up his dog team. He's got to go town, so that's going to be tough out there hitching up them dogs in 5 degree weather. 26 in South Dakota. Good morning from Quebec. All right. Uh, yeah, vaporizer might work. I mean, again, I don't know. Buster might not want to sleep under a vaporizer. Got to take care of Buster and Woody. Good morning, Cynthia. No, I'm gonna be okay. It's gonna work its way out. It's the way it does, you know. Uh, Pig Erwin, Tiffany, Jackie. Good morning. Uh, yeah, uh, it just starts. It don't want to go away, you know. Dan gave me a pill last night. Said, Dad, this is because I cough all, just cough, cough, cough. I'd wake up coughing. And he said, this pill will help you stop that coughing. Well, I took it at bedtime, and it did. I went to bed pretty easy. I woke up this morning about 4, 5, 6 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. I didn't look at the clock, but anyway, I was coughing. And a little while I just got up, so I might would get up, lay here and cough, and got my coffee and sit there in my chair and drink some coffee. And a little bit, I wasn't coughing that much, so probably all I need was coffee. Yeah. I should have said, "Gee, wake up, give me some coffee." I can see that happening. I can see that happening. It's gonna go away though. We'll be fine. Good morning, Steve and Sue. Steve and Sue lost their little Opie, their little pet Opie, passed. It's been on our prayer list, and they asked me to go ahead and take her off. It's tough when you lose a special pet, It is. Oh, Vera, don't start talking nice to him, because he'll get arrogant. He'll get arrogant. Good morning, Peggy Cole. Peggy Irwin. Yeah, thank you, Peggy. Us guys that have pets, and I know most of y'all do. Most of y'all have pets real close to you. I get pictures from people with their cat watching the videos. I think it's really cute. And their dogs and stuff, and there are other pets too. And you lose one, it's just almost like losing somebody's family if you're close enough to them. Yeah. Okay. Try to give a report on my sister, guys. Is not doing well. In fact, the doctor's not optimistic at all. My nephew called me last night, and he said they're she kind of up and down, but she's at a point now they think maybe the only thing they can do is hospice. And they'll decide that probably today sometime. So I said I'd like to see her, but I got. He said, "No, don't come up here that she don't need something else put on her." So we'll wait and see how that goes. But she's 81. It should be 82 in February. But she was looking so forward to this trip to Louisiana. Her late husband's daughter, her name was Kathy, called her and said they'd love for her to come and spend Thanksgiving with them. They hadn't seen her, several years since her husband had passed away. She moved back to Texas, and they were all real close. She wanted to go so bad, and I stopped and talked to her one day there by the road, and she's on the porch, and I sit there and talk to her a little bit, and she's all excited about going. But and this probably would have happened anywhere. It didn't have to be on a trip, but it best maybe she wasn't up to the trip. I don't know. Excuse me. But she went, and by the time they got there, they came and got her. And by the time they got there, she was already having this breathing problems, and it just went downhill from there. Her liver is shutting down. Her kidneys are shutting down. It's just pretty bleak. But anyway, her son lives up there, so he's 10 minutes from the hospital, 10 minutes from her, wherever they put her, and he's checking on her off and on all day long. Funny thing was about her, she married a man named Maurice Thames, and Maurice was an awesome guy. He's a freshman, but no, he's an awesome guy. I liked him. He's a truck driver, and she'd go on the road with him, and they traveled everywhere. But I was talking to Ronnie, and Ronnie says, what was his name? I told him. He says, I had a cousin married a Thames that lived up there, and where they lived in a little place called, help me out, Ronnie, Noble, 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 Louisiana. He said, yeah. So I think there was a family of them, but I don't know what relationship it was. But now there's nobody to ask unless Kathy, somebody shows up. Did she remember a lady that married a Thames named Neil? Her name was Neil. Ronnie gonna try to find out. I'd hate to think, even though it wouldn't be blood kin, I'd hate to think I might be kin to Ronnie somehow distant, just through marriages. That'd be horrible. Oh, it'd probably elevate his standing if he'd wear clothes. All right. So Joanne needs prayer here. I see her name on the list. Okay. Good morning, Amy. Kathy, good morning. Something would be neat. I didn't get to see what was going to be neat. Lord, Lord. I like that. Something going to be neat. Sweet Jimmy says I'm a Creole. I don't know. You never know what might be. We might have run our veins, guys. Yeah, it'd be horrible to be kin to Roddy. Ah, no, I'm not kin to Roddy, so I'm not worried about that. But it was kind of funny how names are you can know somebody that may have been married to somebody or whatever in different families, in another state. It's awesome. Okay. Connie has problems. Her dogs, actually, one had eye problems, couldn't see the other. You're right. And yeah, way back, we're all kin, right? We all are. Uh, my sister's name is Margaret. We've always called her Sis or Sissy, all of our lives. Uh, the house looks good. Thank you so much. Them cats, Ronnie, do not have fleas. Thank you. Jamie brought very healthy little kitties over here. No fleas. Been to the vet's office. Been checked out. Cute little guys. I haven't named them. I got to figure out boys and girls and see what we are. I haven't really worried about that. I can go in and do it right now if I wanted to, but I will. I'll let y'all know what they are, boys or girls. Uh, don't want to make a mistake like Mick over here. I think when Mick was born, Lester and them thought he was I think they thought he was a boy. Then they changed it. No, I think it's a girl. So he went from, and I forget the name they give him, like Frank or John or something. I don't know, a cat name. But then they decided, no, it's a girl. So, or maybe it's Mickey. They're gonna name him Mickey. Boy. Yeah, that's a good name. Then they changed it to Minnie, because they think, well, I think it's a girl. Well, it's not a girl. He's a boy, so I just call him Mick. For a while, G called him Mickey Minnie. She wasn't for sure. But when I took him to the vet, for sure, we knew what he was. But now he's a boy. But I just never did worry about checking to see what he was. Didn't matter to me. He's a good cat. He comes in every night. Uh, Good morning, Goober Willie. That's not a nice name, Ronnie. Call a man Goober. Well, I guess some people may name Goober. Yeah, on Jill now. Go back to Jill for a minute. Her mom did pass on Sunday night. I think it was Sunday night. I don't think there's three daughters. Uh, and and I don't think they've really decided exactly. Well, they've decided, but I don't know about dates. I think she's going to have a memorial, I think. But then she's going to be she wanted to be cremated and buried next to her brother. And I'm not sure where that's at. I mean, somewhere local, I'm sure. And Dustin didn't have all that information yet either. So if I get that information, I'll tell you. But I saw on Facebook this morning Jill posted a picture of her and her mom when she got married to Dustin. She's a pretty lady. It's sad. Sad to lose anyone, but when you lose a parent or sibling or, God forbid, a child, yeah, it's hard. All right, Barry, get your stitches out today. All right, you'll be ready to go dance a jig somewhere. You take care, don't you? I tell you about stitches. Yeah, I've had stitches before. When I was about 14. My appendix had to be taken out, and back in those days, you know, you called the doctor at night and he said, "Come by my office. I'll meet you at my office, see what's going on with you." I had this horrible pain in my side, and I went. And my mom took me up there, and he met us at his office, middle of the night. Oh yeah, yeah, your appendix is bad, so some hospital right down the street. Send you over there and get you taken care of. I'll be over in a minute. Operate on you. Yeah, you know, same doctor did surgeries and all. Now they have surgeons do only surgeries, you know. So we come over, and sure enough, he took my appendix out, and we had some rabbits. And a few days later, after you know, I'm okay, you know, but I was out feeding my rabbits, and I don't get into the details, but one rabbit needed to be with another rabbit. You know, they was wanting to romance, and you always took the female and give her to the male because the male was very dominant about his cage. He didn't, you know, if he went to her cage, she might be dominant, you know. So you had to go where it worked out right. That's true. It's true stuff. Uh, so I get her out, and she starts this stuff and hooked her claw in that scar. I thought she cut my tummy wide open, and she did. She nicked it pretty good. Oh, it hurt. It hurt. I slung her in that cage. I think I left her 3 or 4 days. I paid her back. Oh yeah. Uh, Morning, Ray. We praying for you, buddy. Uh, uh, Good morning, William. How you doing, buddy? Uh, Good morning, Carla and Connie Hill, Jennifer. Uh, Good morning, Marie. Thank you. Thank you so much, there, sweetie. I went down to the feed store yesterday. I may have told y'all that on my video. And Ralph always wears shorts, and I do too, unless it's really bad, nasty weather. And I go in, and Ralph's wearing long pants. I said, "Ralph, you make me feel bad now. I'm wearing shorts." He said, "Well, I got up earlier than you do, and it's cold when I got up." I had one donut. They made me take it. One donut. Uh, they made me. Uh, Upstate New York, snowy this morning, cold and snowy. Ray, I know it, buddy. You're gonna be okay, Ray. We're praying for you, buddy. Just hang on there. Uh, Ray was such a sweet lady. Uh, Your husband wears shorts unless you're going to a wedding or a funeral somewhere. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, we are praying for you, Ray. Uh, I don't think I'd wear shorts in the snow. No, I don't think. If it gets that cold, I put on long pants. I put my long pants on. If I go in there with them little cats, I got to wear long pants. But little cats are scratching. They want to climb up your legs, you know. And G said, uh, put a blanket in there when they sit down and play with them. Put a blanket over you. All right, Linda, you had a birthday yesterday. You're not too late, sweetie. You're not too late because I've got this singing voice today. Well, hang on. Get my list over here and put Linda on, okay? Uh, Linda. All right, Linda. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it here in a few minutes. Okay. You hang on. Uh Ray, we are your family, buddy. We are. I think listen, I don't sound corny or nothing, but you know, there's thousands of people who do YouTube stuff. You know, they do, but uh I bet 90% of them never know really their audience. They see numbers, you know. And that's fine. I guess that's all you into it for. Uh, I see names, and even though I sometimes don't recognize every name, it's the same names uh, every time. And so I know we're like a family here. We talk about each other. We talk about, well, in a good way, Ronnie, in a good way. We talk about each other. Uh, we pray for each other. It's okay, Shelly, you're here, sweetie. Uh, we talk about our pets. We talk about what's going on around us, our weather, whatever's going on. You know, it's that's what families do. You know, Cuz comes over and we sit on the porch and talk about a little bit of everything. Talk about our aches and pains. She says, "I can't stand it. Them old men out there talk about what hurts." Yeah. But you let her get a headache. Oh, you're gonna hear it. I got a headache this morning. I got a headache. Well, like she tell me, take a pill. Take a pill. Uh, but yeah, I look at us as Ray as family. Okay, just about tell each other whatever we want to tell each other, you know, and well, Ronnie in a good way. I always had to point it distinguish Ronnie separate because Ronnie gets carried away with his greetings and stuff. Morning, Deborah Barnes, Darlene. Just like sweet Thomas called him this morning to chat, and he got one of those greetings you can just kiss, you know. Uh, yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that, sweetie. I appreciate it. Uh, Linda, thank you. I love the meet and greet. I never hugged so many pretty women in all my life, and shook a few hands. But no, I really liked it. I was in shock. I'll be honest with you. Lester put so much into it, and I was praying that there was some show up. And Lord, that line was kept getting longer and longer. Wow, couldn't believe all this. Yeah, it was awesome. Uh, Wait for round two. Yeah, it'd be fun. I think. I couldn't believe people come from so far. I truly couldn't. I mean, there's people from Canada and well, I can't name all the places. You know, out west, all the way out to California places. They just come so far, and all up in the Northeast. Connecticut and Washington and all them places. Virginias and Georgias and stuff. One lady drove from Georgia by herself. Got up early, got in a car and took off. Awesome. Oh, Steve, y'all know Willie's a good man. You know he's a good man. I think Williams catching it this morning on all sides. Uh, Diane, I know that. There's so many people have sent me messages that they want to come so bad, they just couldn't, I understand that. I would be able to travel too far to see folks. I don't think that time I got there, I wouldn't be able to walk. He's out of the car. Go ahead. Go talk to him. Uh, uh, no, I know that, and that's what was so surprising. That so many uh, did come so far, but everybody's not the same financial shape as another may be, or have the time. A lot of folks work. Uh, if I was still working now, if I had to go and tell my boss I would go, I'll be off for a few days. I'm gonna go see somebody. You're afraid to fly. I don't blame you. Seriously, seriously. I know people fly every day. Thousands and thousands of people fly. Now, as the Marines, I flew everywhere and on all kinds of junk. Yeah, rattling and banging around. But, and I got older, I thought, I don't really care for this flying stuff, especially when you have, like after 9/11. It wasn't so much the airplane had a problem, it was the people on there had a problem, you know? So, and you don't know who's on there with you. That's my problem with getting on a plane. Uh, Pat, your son is having a heavenly birthday. Okay. God bless. God bless you. Ronnie's on a roll this morning. The other day, here's what started all this stuff, guys. Here's what starts it. Ronnie forgot, literally forgot, we was going to have a live one morning. He laid up there and watched videos and no telling what else, watching this, watching that. And the whole time went right on through. Finally, I think Sweet Jimmy calls him in the middle of it or right toward the end of it, says, "Where you at?" "I'm laying in my bed eating Cheetos." "Well, PawPaw's on." "Oh, is it today?" So yeah, now he wants people to call him and wake him up. I don't know. Yeah, well, you have a great day, but I'm sorry they all got on to you this morning. Yeah, I believe in you, buddy. I believe in you. You're a good man. Uh, Ronnie needs ratting on. He needs ratting on. Good morning, Atari. Bye, Billy. You have a good day, buddy. Seriously, have a good day. Uh, all right, Ray. You have a great day too, buddy. Yep. Good morning, Bonnie. Good morning, Bonnie. Betsy Lou. Marie. Uh, you know, if my sister does not come back Plum Grove to live, she lives with her daughter Debbie. Lives next door to Kim. Uh, and uh, Debbie Nar, my sister, is, well, we know not good health. You know, we know now for sure. But I mean, they're not haven't been in good health. And Kim does a lot for them, like mows their yards and everything for them. And if they have a problem, it's always Kim they call on. And so Kim is, uh, it's hard to explain my daughter Kim, except just being awesome, you know. Uh, she's so smart with building and fixing stuff. Uh, I joke her. I said, a man been lucky to have you. She says, a man can't keep up with me, Dad. Man can't keep up. Yeah, Kim had a birthday yesterday. She sure did, on the 9th. Uh, thank you, Vera. Hit the like button, folks. Share it. And that's something else, I always like to say, if there's someone new out there, and sometimes people, they don't know, they just kind of, and you may know someone that doesn't have anything to do in the mornings or would like to maybe chat or whatever, let them know. Join, get on here with us. Tell them how to get on here. Go to YouTube, hit Hanging with PawPaw and on the lives or the videos, whatever. So many have made friends on here that their friends after this is turned off every day. They're still chatting with each other, texting messages, phone calls, whatever. So let them know, we're out here. They join the family. Good morning, Spencer. Terry Bodine, Linda Axelson. Yeah, Linda, her birthday was yesterday. We sang to her on Monday? Yeah. Rain and windstorms in Washington. Oh boy. You're the black sheep. Well, you ain't got to be a black sheep. Just join in here with somebody talk to that black sheep there. Sandy? All right, sweetie. Whoa, somebody, Kathy, has lost 100 pounds. I don't lose 100. I'd love to lose about 25, 30 pounds in a healthy way. Linda says she's black sheep too. Ain't we all to a certain extent? Thank you, Debbie Buck. Prayers for everybody needed, okay? We'll run over our list here in a minute. Pretty good long list, too. I'm your family. I'm glad to be part of your family. Honey Buns is a good name for a kitten. We'll see what we got out there. I don't want to call it a boy cat, Honey Buns. They might think he's kind of funny. That cat's funny. No, you're not there by yourself, sweetie. Some of you guys hook up with her. Yeah, we're all family here. This is what I was trying to say a while ago. This channel here is just more like a family chat thing. You're not going to learn a lot from me. Learn something from some of these folks, and you sure ain't going to learn nothing from Ronnie. But there's always that chance. Always that chance. I've got so many names sent to me. I don't know. That's what I'll name them cats. They're cute little kittens. Morning, Marie. Debbie Buck, I appreciate that. We get on here and we talk about our animals, we talk about our jobs or what we do, we talk about the weather, we talk about who's sick, who needs prayer, and who our animals that need prayer, and all that's fine. That's what families do. And yeah, you think we have a whole herd of black sheep? Well, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, Julie, no, no, no. Don't say he's a doll. He'll get the big head. He'll get the big head. And then he'll be. I'll tell you something about him, though. He is taking up his painting again. And I'm really glad to see that, seriously. Ronnie is a good artist. We've got several paintings from Ronnie. And although Sweet Jimmy taught him how, but and Jimmy's an artist, and both of them in Louisiana. Now, all artists don't come from Louisiana, but those two of them. But he's going to take up painting again. He stopped doing it for a long time. But he's going to get back into it, and I think it's going to be good for him. The problem is, here's the problem I see, and I've studied it. I've studied the problem. Ronnie's problem is going to be, here's his brush. Here's his brush. He's trying to paint with a Cheeto, eating Cheetos. It's going to be hard to do. You got to concentrate on the painting and not on the Cheeto bag. I bet he can paint a Cheeto bag. Congratulations, buddy. I didn't see what was going on, but congratulations anyway. Pig Latin. I hadn't heard that term in such a long time. G and her brother Rick, when I met her, I thought, what's wrong with these people? They start just chatting, Pig Latin stuff. Yeah, I'm serious. That's what they called it. And then I figured out what they're saying. Yeah. Cheetos should hire Ronnie, or at least pay him off in Cheetos for all the ads he's made for him. But I've got to show a video one day because Ronnie can eat a Cheeto and nobody else can like he can. But one of these days somebody will show that, and Cheetos will probably hire him right off. All right, let's go on our prayer list real quick, guys. Get this out of the way, okay? We ticking down. We need to get it done. We need to sing some songs. We know we got Charles and Dorothy and Ronnie and Vera and Carol and Derek and Ray, Cynthia, Susan, and Tammy, Karen, Jackie, Christine, Debbie, Alexis, and Janet, Michelle, Tanya, and Doris, Cherry, Megan, and Jerry, Gabe, Molly, and Becky, Jennifer, and Ben. We had David on there. David's getting better. Okay. Amy, Wendy, and Bill, Connie, and Jason, and Dave, Cookie, Jacob, and Joy, Brenda, Lori, and Connie, Frank, and my sister, Purse World, and Virginia, Shirley, Sheila. All right, Ronnie, what's off the list? All right, Ronnie, you're off the list, buddy. We'll still pray for you. Cheryl, Perry, Joanne, Karen, and Kay. Okay. Now, okay, Vera, you want to be taken off? Vera. You're off, Vera. Vera's off the list. We still pray for her. Okay? All right. Now, our animals, okay? We're taking Opie off. That's Steve and Susan's Opie. Opie's already gone to heaven. Don't need us to pray for her no more. Got Ellie and Max and Cooper, Bubba, Buster, and Lacey, Brownie, Daisy, Rosie, and Haley, and Susie. Okay. JW for a boy, Kitty for John Wayne. I got my old recliner chair in there, and I close that door because G can see in there from the kitchen window. Got my TV in there. And I'm out doing chores. I just step in there, close that door, get my recliner, hit that remote, watch a little bit of a Western, maybe, watch a little bit of YouTube somewhere, maybe watch a little bit of uh, Davy Crockett or no, it's Daniel Boone, Yeah. And I come out and she said, "Where you been? Working, baby. Doing some work. Doing some work, baby." Get married. When you get married, y'all probably know this, especially us men. We have to kind of, not, it's not called a lie. It's not called a lie. It's just maybe a white lie. It's survival. You can't always be up and honest with your wife because they see through us. They see through us. Yes, hospice nurses are angels on earth. They truly are. My mom had an awesome lady come out when she was uh, on hospice, and sweet, sweet lady. Yeah. Uh, uh, no, Buster, there's nothing that Buster. Buster, nobody out there, son. He just wants to hurt somebody this morning. Uh, Rita Figueroa, you have a great day. Judy, good morning. R.M. Hammond. I still have the chickens at Jamie. In fact, my video, I think today, I was working on that cage that I'm going to move them to. It's a bigger cage. I'm not ready to put them into the hen house itself. I will. But I have 5, I think, that I hatched, which would be full grown chickens. Then I've got those 8 I got from Jamie, different breeds of Bantam. I call them Banties. Banty chickens, little chickens. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to probably have to always keep them inside that hen house in that run because I'm afraid them little ones get out. Them hawks is going to pick them up and take off with them. They'll all be taken, eaten. Uh, Suzanne was a hospice nurse. All right. Okay, any more birthdays besides Linda? Any more birthdays besides Linda? Uh, any more birthday? Oh yeah, Ronnie. I don't guess he'll mind me saying he's telling y'all they went to a service like that recognized all that had passed in that I guess in a year there where they live. Uh, recognized the folks that had passed and I guess the spouses and stuff. I thought that was very sweet. I haven't seen that around here, ever done around here. Maybe in a church itself, they may recognize some of the folks that they've lost that year. But I think this is like almost a community wide thing. I think. Uh, uh, all right, don't look like no more birthdays. Okay, I see that. I don't see no more birthdays. Uh, Murray, you hadn't seen nothing. You see him eat the Cheeto. You ain't seen it. I'm gonna put it on there one day. I'm gonna have it. We're gonna show it. You guys can see a new technique in eating Cheetos. He's awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. Uh, Happy birthday, your son Chucky. He's 19 months old. Okay, Chucky. Birthday, 19 months. That's fine. You want us to say to Chucky? We will. You're right, Peggy. If I can keep from coughing, I don't mind what my speech is like, although it probably ain't sexy. What the heck? Uh, I sang for Kim. I did sing for Kim. I did. Rebecca, Celeste can't say a full sentence without sneezing. Now listen, if I ever start sneezing, I'll just turn us off. I'll just have to turn it off and leave, because if I start sneezing, I can't stop. And she and I was at Jack in the Box, Whataburger somewhere, McDonald's somewhere. We used to pull up to the window to order to the little thing. And they go, wah, wah, wah. You know, they ask me what's wrong. Just about time I'm going to tell her, I start sneezing. And she's waiting, and I'm sneezing. She's waiting, and I'm sneezing. Finally, I just lean back. She leans over, tells her what we got to have. And I sneeze, I think, all the way through the line. Ronnie, that's what Dan gave me last night, the little clear pill. And I took one last night and never coughed until early this morning. I guess it wore off. Oh, Chucky's in heaven. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Sometimes you guys see all these things that I'm not seeing, evidently, because or they go by too fast and I can't. I'm not a speed reader. Not a speed reader. Okay. It wasn't blue. It's clear. You sound like G. G colors her pills. I mean, she knows what She knows what color fixes what. And it's funny, we all laugh at her. She'll say, "Well, take a red pill." Not what it is. It's red. Well, take a yellow pill or a green pill. Okay. All right. So here we go with Linda. Here we go with Linda. Linda, I'm gonna put all I got into it. Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Linda. Happy birthday to you. Now, somebody says Chucky's birthday, but he's in heaven. We sing to him, it don't matter. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Chucky. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. All right. Now, Linda, I hope you didn't bite nobody. I hope you didn't. And I've warned people before. I should have warned before I sung it. I didn't, because lots of times women start biting when I start singing. Ask Carla. Yeah, she bit her lip. Bit her lip bad. And I just bit her husband, Seth. Chased him across the yard, biting at him. I sound like a country singer, but I don't know who. I tell you about country singers. I've always loved those George Jones. Seriously, George Jones for me he had that way. And another one I always loved is Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson can sing, and there's others too. I know there's others out there, but those guys and the old possum. And now they saying Alan Jackson has some kind of issues, health issues, and you read all this stuff on your internet. Who knows what's true and what ain't? You love Tim McGraw. Yeah, there's still there's some good singers out there. I'm just telling you the ones I liked. I liked old Willie Nelson. They got some good songs out there. Vern Gosling. Yeah, there's a lot of good singers out there. But old George was always mine. I guess. And when I met G, he had just come out of that song, walk through this world with me, and I try to sing it to her. Well, it must have worked. She's still here walking with me. Yeah, it must have worked. Blue Eyes Crying. I love that song too, Barry. I'd sing it right now if I could, but I don't think I can get the words out this morning. Uh, in the twilight glow, I see. They're not coming out. It's a good song. Good song. Uh, Stop Loving Her Today. Yeah, it's a good song too. Oh, George got a lot of good songs out there. I don't know if you ever seen that song. Seen that George Jones funeral, and Alan Jackson sang that song. He stopped loving her today. He sounded just like George. You know, uh, you enjoy looking at Alan. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Conway Twitty was awesome. Uh, you missed the singing. I'm so sorry you missed it. Your mom called. Well, I don't know if I can get it out again. Uh, those singers, I think, are true. In fact, in a way, some of these guys are like country singers or whatever. It ain't really like, to me, it's not like country. Like we grew up knowing country. Now as a boy, Kenny Rogers is good. Charlie Pride was awesome. Well, the boy, old Hank Williams, was the thing. And I was overseas. Now and then, I'd frequent a club, and all these little old clubs over there had little Orientals bands. These guys and the girls too. They could play us old country songs, and probably it ain't that way now. They probably singing some kind of hip hop stuff now over there. I don't know, but then country was big, and you could go in there and you could listen to that. And now then they'd invite us guests to come up and sing. And me and a buddy of mine, we'd get up there and sing till they throw us out. It didn't take long. Get out of here. But Hank Williams, oh gosh, I can't even go back to all of them. But yeah, he has some great songs back there. Not the son, the old daddy, the old daddy. The son, see the son. I like him. I like old Hank Jr. But his style was not like his daddy. I didn't think. Uh, you let that. You're right. I don't think it's the same either. Uh, was it love at first sight? I guess it was. I was on my way to see a girlfriend. Been dating for a while, and I met her at her front door. I dropped a friend of mine off there. He stayed with them on weekends, and her dad invites us in uh, for coffee. We're sitting there, and I'm sitting like where I can see down the hallway. They're getting ready for church. It's Sunday morning, and she'd come out of her room going across the hall to the bathroom. She'd stop and look, and I'd look back. And she'd go on in the bathroom. And when I first met her at the door, I thought she was Oriental. And I kind of favored those ladies. But her was in little rollers. She was kind of a small girl, And she come back, rollers were out, and hair was long. I love long hair, long black hair. And it's just back and forth. She's probably trying to put the make on me. But anyway, finally, I left. I had a date. I couldn't stay there, hang out. But they invited me back to come back, and they had a pool. and swim and stuff, with my friend. He's staying there on weekends. He growed up with them over here in Texas. They lived here in Texas. And so I did. I went back that afternoon, I think, and later that day, and we swam in the pool and stuff, and just kind of went from there, you know. Uh, Patsy Cline, Hank Williams, yeah, they're good. They're good. Yep. Uh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh, uh, oh Denver on that country roads. That's a beautiful song. That's a beautiful song. Uh, I listen to that quite often. It's on your phone there, on the internet, whatever, And I like the Judds on some of the things they sing, like Grandpa, that was a Grandpa song. Tell me about the good old days. I think it's really pretty what they sing. Uh, there's some good ones out there. George Jones probably my favorite though. He probably is. Clint Black's good. Uh, uh, George Strait's good. Oh, George Strait's got some beautiful songs out there. But anyway, I'm not a singer. Oh, I know y'all probably think I am, but I sing to Buster and them all too. They like it. Buster likes it. It's so good. Woody goes to sleep. Uh, uh, put some music on, start dancing with Gigi would say. Just a swinging. Yeah. Uh, that Seminole uh, Win. I love that too. That old boy, I like that song. You remember Gene Watson? Yeah. Uh, old John Anderson got some good songs out there. Uh, and there's some, I'll tell you another one I liked, and he's done passed away now. Gosh, I can't think of his name right off. He was married to Laurie Morgan. Help me out here. Uh, Ivan likes to sing. Yeah, he likes to sing too. Uh, Johnny Horton's good. He got some good songs. I used to sing Johnny Horton songs to Levi on the bus. You know, Keith Whitney. Yeah, there you go. Keith Whitney's got some good ones like oh gosh, I can't think of the name of him now. He got some nice songs out there. Uh, John Anderson, Keith Whitney. Yeah, all of them guys have some good songs. Gigi and Kim keeping me straight. They try to. I go in the door and they tell you, take your coat off, take your coat off. I'm going right back out. I don't just go in and sit. And you remember Dick Clark, American Bandstand? Yeah. Uh, yeah, old Johnny Horton, the Battle of New Orleans. How did he go? I forget now. 1814, we took a little trip down the mighty Mississippi to the, or whatever. I forget the words now. Yeah, it was a good song. And 1814, yeah. But yeah, I used to sing that to Levi on the bus. And the lady that worked with me, she was really a singer. And she'd sing some beautiful songs to the kids on the bus. And me, I'd play with them, songs I knew. Uh, and Grand Tour is good. And if I got off tune, they'd all laugh. What y'all laughing at me for? Yeah. All right, guys, it's about time for us to get out of here. I've enjoyed our little chats this morning. It's funny how we all have our different Righteous Brothers. Awesome, yeah. What's that melody? What's it called? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. It's beautiful too. And I'll tell you something you can listen to if you get a chance. If you get a chance, it's Inca Gold. It's these two Native Americans, and they do that Righteous Brother, that melody, whatever it's called, Unchained Melody. Yeah, they do it. It is beautiful. With this some kind of whatever you call that thing. One of them plays the guitar, the other one blow that thing, and it is so beautiful. So if you get a chance to listen to Inca Gold, Unchained Melody, I think you'll like it. All right, guys, I'm gonna be out of here. Kiss was your favorite band? Oh, Kiss, yeah. Uh, Sound like Kenny. Kenny went all these year kind of concerts that them folks would do and stuff. Got a chance. All right, I gotta go. I love y'all. My voice held up. Not as sexy as normal. It'll be okay. Uh, I have to make up for it another way, so I'll just sing. I love you guys. Hope y'all have a great day and keep these folks in prayers, okay? And I'll see you back here on a live come Friday morning. Good Lord's willing. And we'll start where we left off. Y'all take care, okay?